Oh my gosh, it is go time. My name is Jen Barkan, online sales coach at Do You Convert, and welcome to Online People Talking, or OPT, as we like to call it. This is the only podcast that is dedicated to enhancing the careers and the lives of the new home online sales specialist. We'll talk about real life challenges, stories, and solutions just for you. And we are live today with my partner in crime, the one and only online sales coach, Jessie Suggs. Hey, Jessie.
Hey, hey.
Amanda Martin, our other coach, could not be here. She sends her best, all the good vibes coming y'all's way. If you are joining us, give us some hearts. Also, comment and say, like, hey, I'm here. This is the builder I'm with, so that we can say hi. We love to interact with you on this. This is episode 32, Jessie, of our podcast. And we are live today because it's a very special celebration. What are online people talking about right now?
Well, of course, they're talking about National OSC Day. It's a national holiday, y'all. And I
Oh my
came in and
gosh.
I was like thinking about this and I went, I remember when National OSC Day, the first time was when we were live in Vegas and we had the stickers that we
Yeah.
gave out and I searched
Yeah.
for them and I found them just in
You have
time
one?
for
Oh
today.
my gosh.
How
Yes.
cute.
Okay. First of all, I was talking with an online sales specialist today that said, I didn't know about this. So, what is National OSC Day?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a day to celebrate you, the online sales specialist, the frontline, the customer experience setting person for your organization, and just being able to relish in all that you do for your customers and your organization. Do a little
Yeah.
victory lap.
Yeah, it's a real national holiday. Today, just to so that nobody's confused out there, the actual day is February 9th, which
Yep.
falls on a Sunday this year. And so we said, you know what? We got to get the party started early. So that's why we were hopping on today. You know, we talk a lot about how online sales specialist is like the love child between sales and marketing. And you guys touch so many different facets of the new home industry. You interact with sales, you interact with marketers, you interact with vendors, you interact with consultants, you interact with leadership, you interact with customers. You are just in the center of the universe. And so we thought, you know what, to celebrate National OSC Day, let's hear from all of those different people that you touch in the industry. Let's bring them on. Here is your lineup today. All of these awesome, hold on, our resident salesperson, he's here too.
What
He's
up?
here too. Oh my gosh. We're going to bring him back here shortly.
Just pull him over from the side.
Come over here. Oh my gosh. Look at all of these. This amazing lineup of people are here to celebrate you guys. So I hope you feel all the love coming your way. They're going to go backstage, but we want to start this off with the OG online sales specialist himself, Mike Lyon. Give it up. Give it up. Come on in. Come on in. Hey.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me to this amazing live stream that we all just enjoy so much. Jen and Jessie, you guys are so fun to listen to. Let's celebrate.
Woo!
Let's do it. Hey, I was thinking, this is, like you said, some OSCs don't even know that there's a national holiday to celebrate themselves.
Yes.
Mike, you really kind of spearheaded online sales for this industry. So
reluctantly, yes, but I
did. Yeah. Well, you paved the way for all of us to be able to do what we do. So thank you, number one. But number two, really, what is the history of OSC Day? Like, how did this come about? Where did you get the date? Tell us.
First of all, it wasn't me. Like, I did not come up with this. Jen, I think, was it Jackie and you guys had decided? Who decided this? Like, we should have a day?
We were just like, we should have a day. And so we just kind of collectively as a team said, we need to make this an actual thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's awesome. Now they picked the date because we founded Do You Convert in 2009. So
Right.
2-9. I think we pulled it out of like that ether.
Yeah.
And
You were like, just figure out when you want to do it.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, 2009.
Yeah.
Okay, 2-9.
And then it also, that first year, landed on a day we were at the Builder Show. So it was perfect. We could go hand out, accoutrements and stickers and, celebrate people in real life. So that's where it came from. It was awesome. I was actually looking on Perplexity, my little AI friend, and I said, tell me about National OSC Day. And you can see it working, and it's cross-checking, and it's like there's some conflicts. And it pulled up our stuff here, which was great, but it also said, while the U.S. Office of Special Counsel, OSC, advocates National Whistleblower Day, National Whistleblower Appreciation Day on July 30th. So I didn't know there was an OSC official special counsel.
That's not the real OSC.
That's not it. No, it actually said ours was the National OSC Day. So it is confirmed via AI. So that's great.
That's awesome. Now, what's your message to the OSC world? Like, if you tell them all one thing, what would it be?
Well, like, listen, it's our time, people. Hey, like, this is it. First of all, the heroes of 2024, prospecting machines, generating and life out of leads that have just been sitting in our database. And when leads weren't coming, everybody just, the OSC said, hold my beer, and just went out there and said, we'll get them. Like, they're over here or whatever. Hold your tea. I don't care what you drink. And so that was just huge to watch that happen. And people, like, I think really started going, okay, it makes sense to nurture, manage, and leverage this person, people, team, and program, right? So that's huge. And the other thing was so interesting, because we were just talking with a builder the other day who was raving on Jessie, how great Jessie is. Like, our OSC is so good, we promoted them to the sales manager. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool. When OSC is so great that they can just, skip selling, just go straight to managing. But all that being said, like, I know a lot of times online sales specialists will go to on-site, kind of like Sam and stuff like that, and they take that progression. But I think it's going to be better once leadership, people are maturing and growing in their professional career, who started as an OSC, get to take a leadership role. Because for the longest time, people who were in leadership roles never did, or were familiar with, or really adjacent to sometimes online sales program. That's all changed. So that's my real message, is like, it's our time. That's so exciting. 2025 is going to be another normal-ish year, maybe hard in some areas, but online sales can really make a difference there and maximize every opportunity that marketing and even sales has created. So it doesn't work without an online sales specialist. And that's for most builders at most sizes. That's my message. And we appreciate you listening. I heard this quote the other day from Seth Godin. It said, pick your customer, pick your future. And I think back to 2009 when we started Do You Convert, is like, our customer was the builders and the online sales, but like, you guys are our customer.
Yeah.
And it's been a great, it's been 16 years. That's a great future, because we got to connect with these fun people. Like, we're the funnest. We're the most funnest out there.
Yes.
If you agree that online sales is the most fun, I need you to just chat that out right now on whatever platform you're listening to. So,
Well, and let's give thanks and hearts to Mike. I mean, seriously.
Give thanks to me. Bow at the, what are you guys talking about?
No.
What is
No.
Jessie's like thanking me.
No, I'm saying, like,
no thanks.
Listen,
None
receive
taken.
it.
Okay.
Thank you for look, we got Neanne, OG in the house. Yes, original, like, online sales specialist. Thank you, Mike, for all of the years that you've poured into the OSCs out there and us. So that's awesome. Okay, thanks for participating.
Pat, hey, you know what? Anytime. Anytime.
Hey, Jessie, speaking of OGs, we have an OG here. Let's bring on Martha Clifford. Come on.
Hey, guys.
Hey, lady.
How are you?
Martha, remember what was our hashtag back in the day?
OSC problems.
OSC problems.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
And I wanted to say hi, Neanne.
Yeah, Neanne in the house. Listen, Neanne, Martha, and I were on a panel at the first online sales and marketing summit together. That's when we all became friends in the industry and still friends now, get to see each other. It's awesome. We encourage you to make those connections. But listen, let's talk about Martha. We want to hear from you. How long have you been an online sales specialist? Remind me.
Almost 13 years.
Woo!
So
and remind me, why do you continue to do it? Just kidding. But why do you continue to be in this role? Why do you love it so much?
I mean, I love to see the progression of this role. It's still a lot of fun. There's not a day where you don't get to help people and your builder. And if those are truly things that are like passionate to you, it's not ever a day. Like, I don't feel like this is a job. I truly feel that way. I know that like sounds cheesy, but it's fun to watch like this whole role grow over these years. And all the other, I guess, the ways it's grown and the challenges. I mean, the challenges are the fun part to me because no market's ever the same. Every year we roll into a new market. We think there's going to be challenges. And I see this role overcome that every single year. So that's fun to me it's never the same day, like every day.
Yeah, I think what I'm hearing you put down is that online sales dominates in any market. You've seen tough markets, you've seen, hey, hit the easy button markets, you've seen normal markets. And no matter, as those things change, online sales has that consistency that you can hang your hat on what an online sales specialist does. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's the market you got, and it's the market of what you're going to do with it. And I've seen so many people rise to the occasion and make the best out of it and make opportunities, I think, where they might not even thought there was an opportunity. So that's the fun part of the job. It's like, for me, it's like breaking things apart and fixing it,
Yeah,
so.
You love the data. The data tells the story. I was just emailing you yesterday about this. What is your message to your peers today? You got a lot of fans. They are fangirling on Martha right now. So feel that love. What's your message to your peers?
I mean, the same thing I like to tell myself. It's just keep showing up and keep trying to make a difference. The work we get to do is actually super important, not just for the buyer, but for your builder. So, you get to help a lot of people. And I think just being consistent, staying curious, and remembering that this job does matter is what, is the important part. So
love it. What would be a great present for you for National OSC Day? If your builder's watching, what would be a great present?
Well, I actually want to shout out to Tuscas Homes because I work for like an amazing builder. I'm gifted to work with so many people, and they're super generous with my professional development. In fact, I'm in the middle of sales training today, right now. But anybody that knows me well knows food and wine are my love language.
And cheese.
So, or fine leather goods are okay too. So
fine leather goods, food, cheese, wine. Okay.
A good gift card to a good restaurant goes
a long way.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody give hearts to Martha. Thank you, Martha.
Thank you
for spending a few minutes with us.
Send that girl a charcuterie board.
I know, right? Jessie, from an OG to a newbie, who do we have next?
Man, I'm excited for Lena to hop on. Lena is, I feel like, Lena, you're not really a newbie anymore. And we keep saying that. You've been in the seat for a while, but it's still that transition period. And so we wanted to bring Lena on, who is with Level Homes, who has been in the seat for almost a year, but has just innovated and streamlined and done some pretty amazing things. So I can't wait for you to hear from her. But let me ask you, did you know before, this recent week that we've been pushing this out, did you know that this was an actual holiday?
So I actually remember when I started about a year ago, I started in March, so it had just happened. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. But, had no idea, what it meant or anything. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's so exciting. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you came into this industry, had big shoes to fill. You've got some great predecessors before you, which is fun to
Absolutely.
see. But, how have you seen as you started in the organization? And like I said, you've kind of spearheaded new opportunities for your builder. What have you seen online sales continue to do to impact the industry as a whole?
Well, like you all were saying before, we can be successful in literally any market. And so to be able to, take the information that we're getting from our buyers, from our sales team, be able to bring it back to marketing, be able to, really make an impact on, what's happening next, and to be able to share that value with leadership, I think that we can make like a huge impact for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So the nationals are coming up, right? At the builder
Yeah.
show, and you are up for rookie of the year, which is amazing. So we're super,
Yeah.
super excited to celebrate you there. But, as you're learning more about this industry, what are you most looking forward to in the 2025 year?
Well, so I'm actually just really excited about the experience and the confidence that I can bring to this role this year. You know, for the first 6 to 9 months, you're really just like learning the job, learning the process. For me, not only was this a new role, but it was a new company and it was even a new industry as well. So to be able to use what I've learned over the past year, things that worked really well, things that maybe didn't work so well, and be able to just go into this year with a lot more confidence. I'm really, really excited about this.
Mm.
And if you're new, if you know, I'm actually really excited to be able to answer the phone in the car and know how to answer a
Oh,
question versus like being like, let me get to my
yes.
computer real quick and let me get I'm
Yes.
so excited to be able to just like, yep, hey, thanks for calling Global Homes. How can I help? And like actually be able to help in that
Yeah.
moment.
If that
That
resonates
takes
with
a lot of
you,
pressure off.
if that resonates with you, like high five,
Oh,
totally.
I remember, I was like in the grocery store, like with my binder
Yes,
full of, like documents. Like
same.
when I could answer the phone on the fly, I was like, yep, I've made it. It's time.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
100%.
cool.
I
And
remember like one of our first coaching calls, Jessie was like, let's work on your missed call rate. And I was like, Jessie, I'm terrified. Like, I gotta pull over. Like, I gotta pull over. Like, I can't answer the phone in
yeah,
the car. And now it's just like, yeah, I got this. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
that.
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jessie.
no. I was just gonna say your joy comes through to your customers. I remember you saying the other day, like, this is the best job I have ever had. Like in my whole life. You've done a lot of things. You came from being a stay-at-home mom into an industry where it's like full on, which is amazing. And your joy can be seen from others. But what is your message to your peers, the OGs, the new people, and everywhere in between? What do you want to say?
Well, I mean, I've met some amazing OSCs. I absolutely loved being at the summit and getting to connect with other people that do this role because, you're not really around a lot of people that do this role for most of us. So, for all of the people that have supported me this year, like, thank you so much. I've had some great support from the people that were in this role before, including Haley, that you're going to meet later. So it's really great to have those people, in our circle. But if you're new, just trust the process and like make those good habits. And then you can pivot a little bit, like as you get down the road, but just trust the process because it works.
Yeah.
Trust the
That's awesome.
process. The other thing I like that you said is after you get a little bit of time in the seat, then you can really start honing in on those things like that you feel more confident about. Like that's huge. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Lena, for joining us, and good luck at the nationals.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, from one online sales specialist at Level Homes to another former online sales specialist, Haley Navig.
Hi,
Hey, friend.
guys. Hi, friends. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, Haley, what did you do before being sales director of Novi Home?
So I was the online sales counselor at Level Home. So I was I started in 2019 at Level, and I was there through 2020. So there was someone in between myself and Lena, but yeah, Level Homes churns them out.
That's awesome. Well, we are so excited that you're here. And again, we talked about this, like online sales touches so many different facets, and in your role right now at Novi Home, you get to interact with online sales specialists. Talk a little bit about that.
I do. So it's actually been pretty exciting the last year or so. We've had some feature releases at Novi that have kind of increased the interest in OSCs using our technology. But I talk to OSCs all the time just because I speak the same language. So like, honestly, I'll take any opportunity to talk to an OSC. I see there's a couple people here, I think 3 Pillar Homes. God, I've just had conversations like for fun with OSCs just because it was such, I mean, Lena said it was the best, most fun job she's ever had. I love my job at Novi. But I had so much fun at Level. Like the team, the role of online sales there is just so much fun, so much creative freedom. So
how did your job as an online sales specialist help you in your sales role?
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, hot take here. But you know how we talk about as OSCs, like we're nurturers, we're prospecting, and sales consultants historically kind of go after the hot leads and kind of leave the rest on the back burner often, not everybody. I think being in a role now where I am actually closing, but having the experience of being an OSC and the sort of pleasantly persistent nature of the role, I win deals just because I'm still there. Like a lot, honestly. I've had builders that are like,
prospecting 101.
Yeah, they're like, I quite literally would never use another vendor other than you just because you are so consistent. And so it really set me up for success, I think, in my role. Obviously, there's a little bit of a learning curve just learning technology, but being able to speak the builder language and having that just pleasant persistence.
Yeah, follow up, setting up follow up for your prospects and things. Now, you talk to a lot of builders in your role now. Do you see that the majority have an online sales specialist, or do you see that they don't, like, or there's still some that you're like, how do you not have an OSC?
Occasionally I run into somebody that doesn't. I speak to most builders as if they do. I assume that they do. And if they don't, I certainly suggest that they get one. There's been a couple that I've run into. I mean, even in the last 3 years since I've been with Novi, like there's many more that have OSCs. I think there's a couple people I think that I saw on the comments to the right-hand side that didn't have OSCs, and I see their OSCs on here now that like, I'm with XYZ company, and I'm pretty sure they didn't. I'm going to look later, but
nice.
Most do. Those that don't, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Honestly.
That was going to be my question. What do you tell them? Like,
I'm pretty direct. Yeah, no, I'm like, you know me, I'm pretty direct, and I kind of, I say what I feel. So I'm like, what? Ooh, yikes. How do you feel about losing leads, man? How
do you feel about losing leads? Right. Yeah. As a former OSC, what advice would you give somebody who's just starting out in this role?
A couple things. I think getting involved with you guys and like, not just DYC specifically, but like the industry, right? The industry in general it really catapulted my career post OSC-dom. So I got so many ideas from different OSCs. There are so many people. If you have a question, a lot of times, at least where I was at, nobody internally knew how to answer certain questions that I had. Everyone is so willing to help. I got so many ideas of creative things to do, creative follow-up, fun stuff. So get involved with your groups, with your people, in the Facebook groups, in the live events. Go to as many live events as you can, honestly, and get face-to-face time with people. And then the second thing is like my favorite, which is like, once you get comfortable in the role, kind of like Lena was saying, have some freaking fun. Have some fun. People like you when you have fun. People are drawn to joy and happiness and people who are genuine. And I think when you're having fun in the role and doing stuff that makes you happy, you're a lot more successful. At least I was. So for me, that looked like going on site and doing like community tours, meeting with my salespeople.
And on rollerblades.
Yeah.
One of my favorite all-time videos, you on rollerblades doing a tour of the community. I think you fall. You might have said a cuss word. I don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? I was really going through something at the time. I was like, there was one of the worst months of my life. And I was like, you know what brings me joy? Rollerblades. So I'm going to bring it into my work life.
Oh my gosh. Haley, you are the poster child of connection. So I love that you gave that advice, just not being afraid to put yourself out there, reach out, make connections, ask questions, ask for feedback. You know, Haley, you have done that ever since I've known you. Like, hey, how can I be better? What can I do differently? Lean on the industry to help you and help guide you. I love that. Thank you so much, Haley, for joining us. We appreciate you. Hearts for Haley. Oh, okay.
We'll give her hearts.
I know. We love you long time, Haley. Okay. So let's stay on the sales train here.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So sales director to new home sales specialist on site. Our resident salesperson, Sam Barkan.
Bring it in.
Hey, everyone.
Bring it in, Sam Barkan. I was like, Jen, you don't get to talk to Sam. I get to talk to Sam. So Sam, thank you for being here. You know, what you may not know about Sam is, yes, of course, he's now in the industry, but he was in online sales for a hot minute. So the company he works for, one of the OSCs was out on maternity leave, and he transitioned in, learned the position, managed the position for a while. And remember what you told me? Do you remember what you told me?
Online sales is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
Talk more about that. Like what was your feelings when you were in there doing the work?
Definitely how draining it is sometimes talking to people on the phone all day. You always have to be available. Definitely Excel spreadsheets were not my thing. And I know you're a wizard and so, definitely had to learn that part of it. But also the persistent follow-up. You can't miss a day. You can't skip a beat. Because then they've gone to another builder. So definitely the just being persistent. And I know you said a lot of the, it's a saying, it's 100% of the process, 100% of the time. And that's true. And that's probably one of the hardest parts about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely hard. Now, what would you say you're bringing from your experience in online sales and applying it in a way that's serving the customers in on-site sales that you weren't before?
Definitely persistent follow-up, using Lasso, utilizing that, constant communication with my OSCs that I work with and I love, just taking that perspective from doing it. I feel like most on-site salespeople don't know the day-to-day of an online sales specialist. So knowing that, valuing the leads they send me and also their time. And so I try to communicate with them, every day. I talk to Danny or I talk to Stephanie or whoever it is. So definitely, the handoff process is something I take from online sales.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. You kind of get to see customer journey from the beginning all the way through.
Right.
Now, you've seen both sides. Now you've been in online sales. Now you're officially in on-site sales. I think even on your first day, you got a sale. So you're amazing. But what would you want to say to other salespeople that you know about online sales?
I would say be curious about online sales. I feel like most salespeople don't know exactly what online sales does or what they do throughout the day. Be curious and not only on what their day-to-day is, but their metrics, because those metrics that we follow are, indicative of the sales team as well. So, as an on-site salesperson, I impact those metrics as well. So just knowing that and understanding that, taking the time, constant communication. If you have trouble with Lasso, we're the Lasso specialist, right? So call your OSC, ask them questions, take them to get them a cup of coffee, learn their process, share your process. I think this whole thing is we're just a team and it's a constant collaboration. So if that collaboration is not there, we're broken, we're fragmented, and the metrics will probably speak for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Education is key.
Yeah.
Everybody understanding customer journey and what you're doing and what you're not. That's amazing. Thank you, Sam.
Yep.
I
And
can't wait
also
to-
buy your OSC a cup of coffee or lunch or dinner or flowers on the 9th. It's National OSC Day. So we
Yeah,
love
get them a
it.
charcuterie board.
Yep. Shout out Danny and Stephanie over with Chesapeake Homes, my 2 OSCs. I love them dearly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Thanks, Sam.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Woohoo! Okay, you can
You know
go back
being
to
a joy.
you can go back to selling homes now.
Okay.
Good job, Sam. Okay, up next, who do we have, Jessie? Oh my gosh.
Probably one
Let's-
of my favorite people on the planet.
Yes, we let's bring the energy. Let's go, Raina.
Oh, I thought you said favorite person.
Mike just had to
Hey, Mike.
had to throw in there. Hey, Raina. Raina is here
We are
bringing
here.
the energy. Raina is the internet sales director for MI Homes. And you were just back from, where did you go in the world? Where were you?
I was in Argentina
Oh.
last week.
And yeah, just flew in from Argentina.
It's
And right. And now you're on celebrating. It's party time.
it is party time. I don't want to miss it.
She even has balloons.
I
Now,
told Jen Jessie.
Now, before you were internet sales director of MI Homes, you were an OSC, right? Talk a little bit about that. How long?
Yes, I started. It was 2008, so about
Okay.
13 years in the Raleigh
OG.
market in North Carolina. Yes, we didn't have CRMs. I think we were talking about spreadsheets and Excels and everything, how we were keeping up with leads. So it was before we have those tools and resources that we now have. So I have seen all the changes in market, but also how the role has evolved over 15 plus years.
Yeah, role has certainly evolved. And you get to work with a huge team. What's your favorite thing about working with your online sales team at this point?
Oh my goodness, we have 30 passionate OSCs throughout 17 markets.
Wow.
And about 3 team members on the support team. So I'm biased, right? So I would say they are the most caring, dedicated, hardworking, talented team members we have. They are a team. We have had 2 conferences where everybody comes together and you can see the unity, but also how they bring their authentic self every single day and how dedicated they are to serving our customers. They care about the customer service experience, and finding a home for them. So it's very meaningful for me, but just rewarding, seeing their growth, right? And the impact that they make. And I would say the magical things that we create together too. So it takes a lot, but it's
job
rewarding.
requirement for online sales, empathy. Do you guys agree?
Empathy,
Yes,
I
empathy.
agree. High on the list.
Yeah, nurturing, service-oriented people who are also, that's why you have the unicorn, right? Who are also detail-oriented, who are closers, who are salespeople. It is that hybrid role. What's the biggest difference you've seen from when you started to now?
I think maybe one of the changes, I would say back 2008, 2010, it was a lot of different hands-on marketing, sales, events, website, MLS. And I think the priorities on focusing on lead conversion, right, on those income-producing activities of helping the customer find a home, because they are the only ones that have information inside about all the communities and all the homes. So it changed from the juggling of different hats, to focus on one.
Yeah, I love that. Hey, I was scheduling colonoscopy appointments, so I hear you.
I didn't get to do that.
Just say no to scheduling colonoscopy appointments.
But we get to help on this role now with so many customers. The volume that we were seeing in 2008, if we set one appointment a day, that was a lot, right? And now we're helping maybe 10 appointments a day, or depending on the market and value. So it's a big change.
So many more leads now. So many more leads. So many.
Thank you, marketing.
Lead sources. Yes, we love our marketers. Okay, special message to OSCs out there for National OSC Day.
Let's dance. I love you. You are appreciated. The real MVPs in the company, right? I said I was biased. Thank you for your commitment to taking care of our customers.
That is amazing.
Of course she has confetti.
It's a party. It's a party. But thank you for elevating us to excellence every single day. I think you have the superpowers to adapting to any change in the market that we're seeing and the environment that we're seeing, right, as well in our industry. But also remember to take a break and celebrate you on this special day.
What do you want your leader friends to know?
A lot. So the OSC is the front door. Right here am I, the first impression, the company's ambassadors. Take the time to listen to the OSC feedbacks and ideas to make us better, right? That's how we keep growing. Also protect the OSC's time, again, on that lead conversion, on income producing activities. And my last one will say staff appropriately to the market demands and company growth plans for sure.
Love it. Thank you, Raina. You bring the energy every time. Diana Jordan,
thank you, ladies.
My friend from Napolitano. She said she loves the energy. Thank you, Raina, for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, let's keep the leadership train going. Who do we have next, Jessie?
Yeah. Let's bring on Brittany Horner with Mitchell Homes. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, everyone.
Oh my gosh, look at that smiling face. Okay, so this organization, this division within your builder is somewhat new, kind of streamlined. So how long have you been managing this role? Because you're the online sales and the marketing manager. So you kind of have a couple of different priorities going on at the same time. So how long have you been managing this role?
Yeah, I mean, in 2019, I joined the Mitchell Homes team and created our first marketing department. And then, by fall of 2023, we saw another gap with the slowing market, and I spearheaded the creation and began leading our first ever online sales department.
Yeah, that's amazing. How has bringing in this division to your organization impacted your business?
I would say their speed to lead, excitement, and prospecting has completely transformed our business. During the first year of the program, we averaged about 60% of our handoffs to total company sales, given it took about 6 months to get the department fully operating. And, last month in January, we contributed 100% handoffs to total company sales, and we surpassed our goal of appointments set in 1 month.
Okay, so any special shout outs for your team?
Oh, absolutely. I love our team so much. Shout out to Melissa, Kaylee, and Audrey. Just a couple things I want to share about each OSC. We're so well-rounded. Melissa Copeland holds the record for most handoff sales in 1 month, 20 in total. Kaylee McCusty holds the record for most aged leads converted into kept appointments in 1 month, 14 in total. Audrey Pfeiffer holds the record for most appointments set in a single day, 10 in total.
That's boom. That's amazing. Okay, so they're definitely worth celebrating. I think we can all agree. So you can tell us, how do you plan to celebrate them?
Pay attention, leaders.
I don't want to give it away because I know they're on here, but yeah, I mean, I've sent something to help them recharge. That's so important that they do that. They do so much for the company, kind of behind the scenes in their hole, I call it. But yeah, they'll open that tomorrow at a sales dinner. So hope you guys like that.
Oh, nice.
And feel that you're able to unwind.
You had me at, I wrote down, completely transformed your business. Guys, online sales specialist, you're transformational. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Brittany is head of marketing and sales. So let's keep the marketing going with our final guest today, Beth Russell.
Hello.
One of our marketing coaches at Do You Convert, but former online sales manager.
Yeah.
As well, right? Fun fact. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'm a little biased that I'm going to stand on my hill that is created of personal bias, but greatest team in the game. I worked at Stylecraft out of Texas. And so we had Lacey, Tanner, and Audie, who was just on the OPT podcast.
Yes.
But they're phenomenal. And like Brittany, it's a really dynamic team that brings different personalities, different skill sets. And I really just got to bear witness to their greatness as their leader. And I think the journey that they have experienced at Stylecraft is one that I would love to see emulated across our industry, where they started under sales, they got the buy-in, they got their bearings, but then they were kind of like on the side a little bit on their own little island. We brought them under marketing. It allowed that department to really grow and flourish and kind of see the capacity of their impact within the organization. And then when I left, Lacey took over, and it's so cool now because you have an online salesperson with a seat at the table in middle management and working alongside, there's been a lot of conversation today about collaboration and appreciation and the impact, transformative. I love that. She is working alongside sales leaders and marketing leaders and helping shape how that customer journey and that funnel looks like at their organization. And it's just so cool to witness.
I mean, I have goosebumps. Like my next question was going to be like, how important is it that online sales collaborates with marketing?
Essential.
And you just answered that. So essential. And a lot of times, Beth, we get the question of, should online sales report to marketing, or should they report to sales? And so what I'm hearing you say is like, yeah, definitely, like starting with sales made sense because, they are an extension of the team.
Yeah.
And they're rolling up to sales and getting that program going and creating that communication between sales and online, and then bringing them over to marketing. How often do you think an online sales specialist should meet with their marketer? And talk about that collaboration a little bit.
Great question. I think at minimum once a week, at very minimum. And the reason why I say that is because what we are doing on a day-to-day basis in terms of analyzing data, knowing what switches we need to flip, and really taking into consideration, especially in a market such as this one and the one that we saw last year, how important it is of what we are doing at the top portion of the funnel is resonating with our customers. The OSC is our first line of feedback. Not only are they providing data with integrity, but they're also providing feedback of the customer with integrity. And so it only helps us fine tune what we're doing at the top and gives us a perspective that many marketers don't have, which is what is happening with the customer versus what's happening in our cave.
Yeah. What's working? What's not? What are the customers saying?
Yeah.
That is such a huge part of what you guys do as an online sales specialist is quantify that data. And I love, again, I got goosebumps again when Beth said data integrity. Like you guys are providing that data integrity that marketers and sales leadership are making decisions based on that, like in the company.
Yeah.
So what is, one thing that you want other marketers that are listening to know about online sales right now?
Ooh, I want you to listen. I want you to listen to your online salespeople. I want you to appreciate them, put a spotlight on them, collaborate with them. Really, even if you're not managing them, integrate them into your process in one way or another, because they really are an extension of you and your team in any capacity. And then understand what they do. Sam talked about this, how important it is on sites that he understands what the day-to-day looks like for an online salesperson. Like you really need to understand that as a marketer as well, because that value and that empathy that you have will only make you better as a marketer.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Beth, for sharing from a marketing perspective, your insights. Okay, guys, did you guys like these awesome people? Let's bring everybody back on, Jessie. If there's anybody left. Oh, here they are. Here they come. Let's get the party. Let's keep the party going. At the end of Online People Talking, we always do a skills check. And so listen, here's the thing. Here's your skills check. Here's your homework. As you celebrate National OSC Day coming up this week or over the weekend or Monday or whatever it is, make sure that you post about it, like post all the good things that you're doing, what your company's done for you. Use the hashtag National OSC Day so we can see. We love to go in there. We want to see what's happening. We want to celebrate you as well. You guys deserve it. You are out there on the front lines making things happen. Thank you so much for all that you do in the industry. And last question, and then we'll have a huge celebration. Are you guys down with OPT?
Yeah, you know me.
All right. Okay. Any final words from Jessie or Mike?
Oh, I'll tell you something. You know, I said at the beginning, you pick your customer, you pick your future. I like this future. I was like watching everybody talk and listening, watching and listening, and intelligent, smart, brilliant industry people that we get to surround ourselves with all the time. Like, this is a movement. Like, it's like taking on a life of its own. So thank you to everybody in the industry who does get to watch you guys chatting on the side and connecting. And just, I mean, it's been 16 years of this. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's an amazing thing to be a part of. And just obviously huge shout out to Jen and Jessie for being a voice to the industry. You guys are amazing and passionate about it. And that attracts other passionate people like these wonderful folks and Martha who had to leave and Sam who had to leave on this screen. So I mean, I don't know. I feel proud of you guys. You're just all so amazing, wonderful people.
Thank you, Mike. Any final words, Jessie?
Well, you know, one of my favorite things about being in online sales and the capacity that I'm in now is I get the opportunity to branch this division off in organizations that don't have it. And so getting to have conversations with resistant, you know, division presidents or leadership going, give us 6 months. And every single time 6 months comes around and they were like, you're right. This is amazing. These people do good work. I trusted the process and you proved me right. And so I love that we have National OSC Day where it's kind of like a pace marker where we get to look back on the previous year at all that we've accomplished, how we've grown in the industry. And we just get to go, okay, today's about me. Like, I'm going to brag on me because I work freaking hard. So I hope you do too.
Heck yes. Ah, love that, Jessie. Thank you. Hearts for our guests today. Thank you guys for joining us. Go forth and be awesome and go do the thing. Go do the thing.
Woo! Enjoy your day.
Raina, who did your who was that over there doing your?
My sister. Shout out to Rosa.
Good job, Rosa.
Love you, Rosa.
Hey, Rosa.
That's awesome.